Alright, BandLab is cool and all for bedroom producers, but can I use it in my daily workflow in the studio with all the instruments, the synthesizers, my beat machine and other stuff? In today's video we're gonna check that out. My name is I'm a percussionist, producer and content creator. Back here in the studio I produce most of my content, I write music and I do a lot of remote recordings. Today I'm going to take you on a short studio tour to see how I connect all this big setup with BandLab. Actually this video is sponsored by BandLab, so thanks a lot for the support and hope you enjoy the video. So let's do a little tech talk first. In the center there's my vibraphone, obviously. I want to play some melodies, maybe some chords over the arrangement later. I got two overhead microphones plugged into my interface so I'm able to record. We have Native Instruments machining here. I'm using this as a MIDI controller in BandLab today. Here's my computer and some effect pedals. Honestly, I'm not quite sure if I might use them today, but it turned out I feel much better and safer during recording if they're very close and I have the chance to use them if I feel like. And over here is the technically most complicated part of the setup. If you checked out my other videos, you already know the Pearl Mallet Station. This is a mallet MIDI controller. I control my synthesizers and plugins in my DAW with that, and I have the chance to just play some vibraphone, turn around with the mallets, play a surface that is very similar to the vibraphone, but produce lots of different sounds at a time. Alright, so let's figure out what might be the best starting point to talk about here. Actually, there are so many cables here, it might not be the worst idea if you get a bit closer. Come on! Alright, so a little close up here. There are two ways of using the mallet station. One is to use a USB cable and plug this into your computer directly or into your tablet. Or you can use this tiny slot here at the back and go into this blue box, the Keith McMillan expander, which has a MIDI out that can go into different synthesizers and other devices to control them with the mallet station. And another of today's gadgets is this Canton MIDI through. We can now go out of the Keith McMillan expander into this MIDI through and afterwards have the possibility to attach up to 5 synthesizers that we control with the mallet station at one time. So after having a look at the instruments and cable setup, let's dive into BandLab to see how I set everything up to be ready to produce and record. Alright, so start with creating a new project here in BandLab. First it's going to ask if we want to do a voice audio recording, instruments, or whatever we want to start with. Let's go with instruments for the moment. I usually prefer to start with drums at the beginning, but I maybe change that workflow later in the video. So we go with a drum pad, maybe standard 808 sound. Very importantly, my machine is switched to MIDI mode, so I'm able to control the MIDI stuff here in the BandLab app. And over here I have the possibility to choose MIDI device and I'm going to select machine here. And now it's all about to map the different drum sounds to my machine. I'm going to do that quickly. I just select MIDI mappings here down right. And now I'm going just through all sounds, select the sound and then tap the pad on the machine which I want to control this sound. Let's quickly do this together. As you can see, we have a list on the right here. You can see every MIDI mapping, every pad that goes to a specific sound. And if I turn off the MIDI mappings mode, everything is fine. And if I now just play every sound, you can see the pads are selected and I can play the drums with my machine controller here. Let's go to a different instrument, create a track, and I will explain the audio and voice recording to you. If you see, I'm adding an audio track and I have to select my interface and which channel I want to use here. Let's go with channel 1, which is our channel of the synthesizers. So all of my synthesizers that I control with the parallel melody station go into this channel 1 of my interface, and we can record this here. The second channel is very important. I choose channel 2 here because my microphones of the vibraphone go into channel 2 of my interface, and if I want to record some vibraphone at the same time, we need this channel 2. By the way, we have the possibility, if I close this down a bit here, plus effects. So we can add some effects to the sound afterwards. I can choose some reverb, some delay sound to my vibraphone. Let's see what we come up with in the video, but super interesting feature, by the way. Last important track for us is another virtual instruments track, because I have the possibility, as I told you before, I plugged in USB cable as well as MIDI option in my melody station, so I can control the synthesizers as well as digital instruments in BandLab. The only thing I have to do for this is to switch off the volume of the synthesizers, because the melody station is sending the information at the same time to the computer as well as through this CAN MIDI through to all of the synthesizers. So I have to choose which sound I want to record later. I mean, I could for sure record the same sound at the same time, like the synthesizer is running and BandLab runs maybe a grand piano or something, but most times I just want to record one instrument, then change, the pattern or the harmony or something, and record a synth. So I then have to just turn up the volume of the synthesizer I want to be recorded. That's a pretty much short term of this complicated function. If you want to check out more about this, just check out my melody station tutorial. But for now, let's just go with a synth, maybe some lead synth, maybe the Berlin lead for now. And so now we're ready to go. We have an instrument track where we can create some drums. We have our 2 audio channels to record the vibraphone and also the synthesizers, and we have a digital instrument here that I am able to control with my melody station as well. Last important feature, I enable multi-track recording here. So if I choose these red buttons for the audio inputs, I have the possibility to record my vibraphone as well as the synthesizers I'm controlling with the melody station at the same time. That's a nice feature for the production process, because I could then play the vibraphone and quickly switch to the synthesizers, or even play both at a time, which is quite a nice thing. So that being said, I highly recommend you to check out BandLab. You can create an account for free, immediately start producing, connect with other producers and musicians on the platform. And if you're not into such big instruments as I am, you can just plug in your guitar or your microphone when you're a singer and start recording. Have fun! So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little nerd talk on using BandLab in this kind of electroacoustic setup. Thanks again to BandLab for sponsoring this video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe my channel, and check out my other videos. See you next time.